All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Me here talking real music in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. All right, at least one holy crap Batman is in order. Journey, the band I talk incessantly about, they're going to be playing a gig New Year's Eve. Yeah, and it's not just any New Year's Eve gig at some casino in Podunk, America. No, these guys are playing Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve, and that deserves another holy crap Batman right there. Hosted by Ryan Seacrest. Oh, look, I'm Dick Clark. Just he was the man. All right, he was the man, and nobody really replaces Dick Clark. I think it would be better if the Dick Clark franchise or the Dick Clark brand said, yeah, we don't want our name on this anymore. I mean, this isn't what we used to do. And Dick Clark was such an American icon, an original. And, watch that guy do an interview on American Bandstand. They uploaded all of that to YouTube, and it's just remarkable how he relates to everybody, how he's personal yet professional, and he asks really good questions. Some of the questions are music related, some of them are more personal, like where you're from and what was it like living there. And he was so good at what he did, and he did it for like a half a century. That guy just was at the top of his game, almost 50 years. He just knocked it out of the park, and then he had a stroke, and they put him out there. I remember one New Year's Eve, and it was just painful. I'm like, why are they doing this to him? Now, if that was his decision or, but that was just a bad decision, because I remember watching him going, this is Dick Clark. He should not be out there. He just shouldn't. I mean, he should be at home. He should be resting. And if, God willing, he was to recover more, I would say, yes, sure, bring him out there. But he was struggling to get through words, he's slurring, and it was, anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the good stuff for Journey. Management team, new management, doing a good job here, getting the band this particular gig. I like to see him at halftime, or anybody who I know at halftime. A couple of years ago, I suggested George Thorogood, because I thought, hey, it would be just this most rockin' Super Bowl, Bad to the Bone, all these great songs out there, and all these young kids would be looking around going, what the heck is this? He's playing a real guitar. I mean, what's going on here? So will Journey be performing their set absolutely live? I hope so. I know everybody else is going to get a little hand up, if you know what I mean. I mean, the AI, it's too hard to resist for most of today's artists. And from what I know and what I've been told, that all of the older bands, it's kind of like them using, those athletes who go out there and they run really fast, and they wonder what the trick is, and they've got a little juice. Remember they used to juice the balls in the Major League Baseball games, and I'm thinking they probably never stopped. I don't know, but they may be juicing the ball a little bit during some of these performances, and the audiences, most of them, you're partying, you're having adult beverages, it's getting closer to midnight. Plus, if you're an older person like me, you've got to stomach what is happening other than the band you're waiting to see. And if you're watching some of these performers, you just like, this isn't really music, but I'll hang out because I'll wait for Journey to come on. Back in the old days, it was just like one great band, one great artist after another. So you wanted to watch the entire show. But this is a big deal. And I got to give Journey credit. They're going into a new year, and certainly new music is on the horizon. But last year, this show got 7 million total viewers, and 60% or more adults aged 18 to 49. Now, for people older than 49, most of us go to bed before the ball drops. We just don't want to admit that. we're like, yeah, we're going to stay up. And I'm just like, what time is it? 10:30? Yeah, I'm going to bed. So Journey, I don't know what time they're going to be on. The whole thing starts at 6. So my guess is they'll have Journey on so the older folks can watch and then go to bed, and then have all of their, auto-tuned pop divas and whatever else people are called who are auto-tuned and into pop music. They'll have all of those people come out and do their thing up until midnight. And if Journey was going on at midnight, I remember there were bands that used to go on at midnight right after the ball dropped. And that was a big deal. Like if you got that coveted slot, because at that time, everybody had partied and they were all drunk and they're all like, yeah, man. The only thing is you probably won't remember the performance. See, Journey has to pull off some real high quality entertainment. Todd Jensen's going to be back apparently on bass. If Randy Jackson wants to be in this band, I would show up for this gig, Randy. I would say this is the time to be back in the band. He had back surgery. That was a long time ago. That was over the summer months when Marco Mendoza was filling in. My guess is Randy's not coming back because Todd is good friends with both Dean and Neil. They were all in Hardline together, and now they're back together again. So it's kind of like Hardline. All they need is like Johnny Gioeli to show up, and maybe they could warm the Journey set up and do some Hardline songs. But I don't think that's going to happen. But it would be cool. It would be really cool from a sort of a geek rock perspective. But hey, it is reason to stay up. So if you weren't going to stay up New Year's Eve, this could be the reason to do so. 17 songs, I believe, is what I read. Let me just double check that because I might be wrong about the set. Or no, I'm sorry. Ryan Seacrest said he is the 17-time host of the broadcast. They said that Journey will play a special collection of notable and celebrated hits at the event, which will be hosted by 17-time host and executive producer Ryan Seacrest. So I don't think they're going to be doing 17 songs. My guess is they'll probably do less than 10 songs, probably more like 5 or 6. And I'm sure they will conclude with Don't Stop Believin', because they have to, because this is all pop culture now. And that song will survive like a nuclear war. It will survive another population reduction, which is currently underway. It'll survive all kinds of calamities. And we'll all just sit there and we'll notice the only song that's being played over the airwaves is Don't Stop Believin', to give people hope, because that's what you have to have. People need hope. So there you have it, folks. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained today, but that's the video. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we end the new year on a positive note. We are, getting closer to a pretty big number for me. Now, some people will get to that number in a few weeks if they're really popular, but it took me a few years to do it, and not just a few years. Now we're going on like 5. So yeah, if you can subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support me over on Patreon, that's $1 a month. It's a good investment, because in case something happens and I got to kind of pull up stakes and move over to a different platform permanently, I do have a channel over on Rumble, but I don't use it all the time, only when I go off on tangents that I can't control. And then sometimes the video will wind up on Rumble. But if you haven't subscribed on Rumble, but you're over here, you can do that as well. Some people don't know what Rumble is, and I understand that. See, this is when you build a business and then all of a sudden you have to change how you do things, and you lose audience and bad stuff happens. I don't want any of that to happen. I want to stay here and I want to do well here, but just in case something goes wrong, we have to have a plan B. So that's my plan B. Again, thanks, and I'll see you all soon.